Dance the night away.
Absolutely.
Right? You just still loving that music.
I totally do. Yeah. It's a good choice.
Well, and I like it when you're happy. You know, I see you come bouncing down the concourse towards me, or I see you not happy coming towards me.
Well, yeah.
Both are scary.
The bouncing
actually.
has got more to do
Both
with my
bouncing
size.
is scary. Check-a-puck going on. I forgot to get my check-a-puck this time. Supported by Blue Water Power. They're another great supporter here of the Sarnia Sting. 2-1 right now in favor of the Sarnia Sting.
Yes, sir.
Ethan Ritchie has shown up.
He's our guy.
He's your guy. Like maybe he said, "It's okay, Voigt. I'll take this."
Yeah, exactly.
In all fairness to Ty Voigt, though, I mean they're all working hard out there. I mean,
definitely.
That was a great second period. They kept it all the way through. I mean, always a couple of hiccups in there, but I think for the most part, you have to say that was a really strong second period for the Sarnia Sting.
I would say absolutely right. We kept the pressure on, and I mean, you can see the little bit of that frustration coming off of Saginaw at the moment. But I mean, for sure, we kept the pressure on, played a lot in their end. We got the benefit of a couple of power plays and stuff like that. And we took advantage, for sure.
You talk about the power play. You always look at the clock, right?
Yep.
When the power play is and it was like, right? And then, but they kept the pressure points on, and they kept going, and it paid off for the Sarnia Sting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, sometimes it's just about getting the puck on the right stick. I think. If I was looking to improve a little bit of our scoring chances, that shot from almost the baseline it's a really hard angle shot, but it's a low percentage shot. Like you don't have as much net to whatever, and it doesn't take as much for the netminder to sort of plug up that hole, right? So I'm not so sure why we're a big fan of that, but. A number of our shots, have been from that really steep angle, and it's going towards the net. But I mean, it's a whole lot easier to stop.
Maybe it's an unexpected shot, catches other guys off guard.
What? I don't know.
It's not worth the risk.
Someone explain the value of that to me. I mean, if you're taking if the largest percentage of your shots are taken from that low percentage angle, why wouldn't you kind of split it up a little bit?
Okay.
Let's take some more shots from a little higher percentage zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to get in that slot. You got to find that open moment. You gotta instead of passing it, into the big side, take that shot from the open side, what I mean? Or get it to the guy in the open side with that slot.
Speaking of passing, definitely better passing than I think what we saw in the first period, but still a little bit. It still seems to be hitting the skates sometimes.
Well, I think that what you saw in that period was a lot of the longer sort of forward, those stretch passes, trying to create that odd man rush and that sort of thing. Those were very effective for us that period, I think. And hey, Linz, I think that's where we really benefited. Was making some of those longer stretch passes.
Well, there was a lot
and
of
actually hitting the stick.
There was a lot of short passing in the first period. I think that was we didn't really talk about it a lot, but I think that was a bit of a weakness there. But it's when they get tied up against the boards, whether it's in the corner or on either side, and they're chipping away, and then there's like two more Sting players are like this close to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It needs to come out further and get it into the neutral zone.
Yeah, we can't be bunching up like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean that creates a lot more opportunity for Saginaw than it does for us if we're bunching up like that. And that's where it's that having that hockey sense that it's that knowing where your other players are on the ice, and if you're open, if you are not part of that scrum, and in some cases, if you're in the corners, you may need one or two guys in the corners, or even three in some cases,
Well, just to protect the player.
To protect the player and to get that puck off the thing. But then the other two guys can't be like right there. They've got to be in that place where they're the outlet, for that, for whatever comes off the boards, so that they can create the.
I'm really, really amazed that the Sarnia Sting has not reached out to you.
Me too.
Me too. Right?
Me too.
Right. No, good points in there for sure. But we've stayed away from the boards a lot more out there, I think, this time around. And the pace of this game, as we talked about last period, I looked up and I was like, oh, wow, there's 2 minutes left in this game. I got to go get ready.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a much higher paced period than the first period, I think.
Yeah, and I think, part of that comes
faster
from...
than, honestly, I think Saginaw thought
Sure,
we could do.
and I think part of that comes from the fact that we're not having to play that sort of end-to-end hockey.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I think we did fairly well in that period was we played that neutral zone really well.
Right.
You know what I mean? We weren't, we weren't losing the puck, coughing the puck up in the forward zone, and then having that puck come all the way back into our zone where you scrum in the corners and then go all the way back to the other thing. Yeah. We're cutting them off at the neutral zone, and I thought we did a lot better playing in that part of the rink, which cuts it in half, and it does pick up the pace of the game.
Well, as we saw there, and 2-1 right now for your Sarnia Sting. Shot clock, 23-18 for Sarnia Sting, which they're holding up. That's a pretty good shot clock, I think, for this team.
I think, for
against Saginaw.
You know what? I think if you consider that 15 to 20 shots in a period is that's a pretty high pace in terms of shots. You should be looking at about 25 to 30, or 30 to 35 shots at the end of the second period. So we're still just a little off the pace in terms of shots, I think, overall. But a couple extra shots and it might be a different score.
Maybe. Again, it's the ones that go in that really count. I guess,
for sure it is.
Day, right? So they go, "Hey, Nibsy, how you doing?" I'm seeing some people I haven't seen in a while, and I think that's a good thing for the
Well,
state.
it certainly is a busy
nice
place
turnout
around here today, for sure.
And the kids are enjoying it, right?
Yep.
It's funny coming to a Sting game right now because it's still nice out still. It just feels like it should be cold now, but I'm not. Give me time. I'm not quite
Don't
ready.
jinx it, brother.
Come
on.
I need a couple more motorcycle rides.
One more sunny day for a motorcycle ride would be a good gig.
At least one more.
At least one more.
But Sarnia Sting doing a good job here tonight. Now, the pockets that have to be filled there is where Saginaw is going to try to get their skates into those pockets. They've got to be having that conversation. And we talked about it before. Saginaw knows they can take us on a one-on-one. And we've got to avoid those one-on-one battles out there when it starts to get physical. And I have a feeling the spirit of the Saginaw will come out. And I think that's going to be part of I would say that's probably part of their strategy.
Well, I would think, I would expect to see Saginaw come out with a bit of a vengeance right now. Oh, my goodness. Kingston over Niagara 5-0 right now. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yep. Anyway, sorry, just
no, that's okay.
saw the out-of-town scoreboard. But I think the Sting can expect to see Saginaw come out of the with guns blazing in the third period for sure. Saginaw is going to be a little upset that they're coming into the final period down a goal, and they're going to be looking for the W just the same way we are. And
Sarnia Sting honestly has a couple things to prove out there tonight. They've got to prove that they can do this because last time 7-4 when Saginaw was here, and that was not a good loss for us. And then coming out from Owen Sound 6-2 for that. They are here to prove just a couple of things that we can do that here.
Well, and we're doing it with not with our regular full lineup. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that's making me happy. Right. Certainly it showed in Owen Sound the weakness of not having our sort of our A-listers out there, but You know, we've got some guys that are really stepping in here. You know,
Coming into the next game, though, we'll have Berkey will be back, and Dillingham's back now, and who knows what's happening with Ryan Mast and Hoover, and that we start getting some of those back on track. I really
Chandler,
think you could really see some strong things coming out here from the Sarnia
we'll
State.
see what happens.
But the rest of the focus is on here tonight in the next period.
Well, no, and there one more thing I just wanted to mention too. Al Latang, assistant coach for the 2023 World Juniors. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to him.
Did you notice the picture, though? And I'll bug Al about this later. If you look at the picture, it was almost kind of like, huh?
Wow.
Like WTF?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait
you
to
know,
see it.
like, I mean, that's a mean look.
Right,
I mean, I wouldn't want to.
I'll tell you.
I hope he's not looking at me that way right
He's
now.
certainly earned his place there, so congratulations
For sure.
to Coach Latang. And they were celebrating that here earlier on the
Absolutely.
On the arena as well. So way to go, Al. All right, now we'll end things up here. We'll see what happens in the third period, and we'll talk about it at the post-game press conference here tonight after the game. Hopefully the Sarnia Sting can come out with a W here tonight.
Let's hope so. I'm optimistic.
All that really matters is keeping Jay Peckham happy.
That's
we can
right.
keep Jay Peckham happy.
Shoot the puck, Ty.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'll be happy.
It's all okay.
Here we go.
I got nothing more to say except I'm David Burrows here with the Sarnia Sting live from the concourse, and this is Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!